There's something happening in your soil that you can't see, but it changes everything. If your compost pile is always bacterial and crumbly but your garden still struggles, chances are your fungal life is low. And here's the kicker. If you want long-term soil structure, moisture retention, and nutrient cycling, you need fungi, not just bacteria. Most gardeners unknowingly grow compost that's great for annuals but terrible for trees, perennials, and long-rooted vegetables, but there's a secret weapon almost nobody talks about. It smells like a college party, it's sticky, and it's flat, it's old beer. And when you combine it with the right organic ingredients, you unlock something powerful, a fungal bloom that transforms your soil faster than months of compost turning ever could. So don't toss that flat beer. By the end of this guide, you'll learn how to turn it into a fungal inoculant using nothing but brown sugar and leaf mold, and why this method outperforms traditional compost in depleted soils where fungi are missing entirely. Why your soil needs fungi, not just bacteria. Most compost systems are dominated by bacteria. That's fine for short-lived crops like lettuce or radish, but if you're growing tomatoes, squash, corn, or fruiting plants that need a robust underground support system, bacteria alone just won't cut it. You need fungal hyphae, those thread-like structures that dig deep into compacted beds, hold water like a sponge, and form nutrient-sharing networks with your plants. Fungi don't thrive in hot, bacterial compost piles. They need cooler, carbon-rich, slow-fermenting environments. And that's where the beer mix comes in. Flat beer is a surprisingly rich medium. It contains yeasts, residual sugars, and amino acids. On its own, it won't do much. But when paired with brown sugar and forest-collected leaf mold, it acts as a fast-track food source that encourages explosive fungal colonization. Within a few days of brewing, you'll have a foamy, bubbling fungal tea that can be poured directly into your raised bed, into mulch layers, or even into your compost to tip the balance toward fungi. The 3-day brew that transforms dead soil. Start with any leftover flat beer, even the cheap kind. Add an equal amount of water, preferably rainwater or dechlorinated tap water. Stir in a handful of brown sugar. This feeds not only the existing yeasts but helps awaken the fungal spores you're about to introduce. Now comes the magic add leaf mold. Not leaves, leaf mold. That's the dark spongy material you find underneath old leaf piles or forest floor detritus. This is your fungal seed bank. The mixture doesn't need to be sealed, but it should be loosely covered to keep out bugs. Let it sit in a shaded corner for 3 days. Stir once a day to oxygenate it. By day 3, it should smell earthy, slightly sour, and have a film or foam on top. That's your sign it's alive. Not with bacteria, but with fungi. Once ready, this brew is best applied to damp soil or incorporated beneath mulch. The goal is not to drench the surface, but to feed the fungal colonies deep inside. If your raised bed is too compacted, you can pour it into micro-trenches. Finger-width channels dug between rows or around the base of plants. This gets the fungal mix closer to the root zone where it matters most. Why this beats compost in tired beds. Dead, compacted raised beds often become bacterial deserts. Even if you've added compost, it may not be enough. Traditional compost tends to release nutrients fast, but it doesn't build the soil structure needed to hold moisture in midsummer or buffer against swings in pH. Fungi do that. This beer mix provides what many compost piles lack, a fungal jumpstart. It encourages white strands of mycelium to creep across mulch layers, leaf litter, and even compacted clay. You'll see it in a week, white fuzz where there used to be nothing. That's the sign of soil life returning. And unlike quick-fix fertilizers, this fungal web keeps building. Once fungi find a home, they start linking roots together, breaking down tough materials like wood and straw, and storing water for dry days. You get healthier plants not just this season, but next year and beyond. When and where to use it for best results. Timing matters. This brew works best in warm months when microbial activity is high, spring through early autumn. Avoid applying it to bone-dry soil. Instead, moisten the area first, then apply the brew. Covering the area with straw or wood chips afterward helps trap the moisture and give the fungi the dark, stable environment they need. So, in raised beds, this is ideal after a heavy harvest, or when you're transitioning between crops. It's also perfect for reviving beds that have kind of crusted over or show signs of nutrient lockout. You can even use it as a pre-treatment before adding a layer of compost to help inoculate that compost with fungal life. Don't toss that flat beer, feed your soil instead. So many of us waste valuable soil-building ingredients just because they look or smell unappealing. But you know, fungi actually thrive on what we throw away. This flat beer method is a brilliant example of lazy gardening that, honestly, works harder than you do. In just 3 days, you create a microbial brew that rewires your garden's underground network, bringing back the dark, crumbly, living soil your raised bed once had. And, the best part is, you didn't need to buy anything fancy or stir a hot compost pile for months. Try it once and watch your mulch come alive. Try it twice and honestly, you'll never go back to plain compost again. If this guide helped you rethink your soil building strategy, just hit that subscribe button and share this with a fellow gardener. Hydrohaven is all about real methods that work for real gardens. No fluff, no gimmicks. Let's bring your raised beds back to life.